Good morning, and Sunita ji, May Sunita. Am I audible?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being on the platform, May Sunita. Before we start her session, please, audience, please do join her session. She is a seasoned midwife with over a decade of experience in Norway. She is the founder and CEO of IOPT Midwife May Sunita AS. She integrates identity oriented psychotrauma theory, IOPT, into her midwifery practice, emphasizing the profound impact of the prenatal period on human development. Drawing from her personal journey as an adopted child, Sunita ji offers a unique perspective on trauma, attachment, and identity. At the upcoming Congress for Next Generation Leadership, she will share real examples and insights that connects psychotrauma theory with maternal care. Wow, I think this is the one of the unique novel concept where the psychotrauma in relation to maternal, everybody will pass on this, but she has got a unique theory. Please, we would like to travel with her with her work insights, the deep connection between motherhood and leadership, inspiring female leaders to explore this transformative intersection. That's Sunita ji, and we are looking forward to hear the great concept from you. The stage is all yours, Sunita ji. Namaste.
Thank you so much. Let's share my presentation for you. Just a moment. Do you see it? Now. Well, thank you for inviting me, and I would like to present myself a little bit. I am an IOPT midwife. My name is May Sunita, and I have worked at the maternity ward for 10 years. And now I work as a head of the department leading home care and mental health and people with disability service. And for me, one of the phrases I say a lot, and the sentence is, the environment makes all the difference. And that starts from the time in the womb, from the day you are conceived. You have your own psyche. And the environment you are shaped in means all. And I will take you to this from the womb to leadership. As I said, before we lead, we are shaped by the environment we are given. And as you see, it's inside the womb. The prenatal time is very special, and it's the essence time that also shapes the way we act today, even without knowing without knowing this. It starts from the day you are conceived. You are you with all your psyche. And we are floating inside the uterus for 6 or 10 days, and then we have to attach to our mother. We need our mother to survive. But what kind of environment are we given? And in what condition is our mother? Let's see when we are 21 days old inside the uterus, we are a fetus, and then the heart is pumping. We are only 3 weeks. The heart is the first thing that's developed before the spine, the legs, the feet, the brain, the head, the eyes. The heart is the first. And then we are I will present the next slide here. Let's see. As we said, I said something about we have our own psyche, and IOPT stands for Identity Oriented Psychotrauma Theory, and that's basically to get to know your identity. Who are you beneath all the layers? Because when we attach to the mother inside the womb, we have to depend on her to survive. And if our mother is not welcome us, then we are splitting off a little bit of our psyche to survive the environment we are given. But our psyche, trauma is not what happened to you, but trauma is what happened inside of you because of what happened to you. But we all have healthy part inside of us. If you can picture a mirror, everyone has a mirror on the bathroom. And if you break it into thousands of pieces and you pick one piece, this piece consists of one traumatized part, one survival part, and one healthy part. But all the pieces are our psyche. And the prenatal time, we don't remember in the mind, but everything is stored in our cells, in our body. So the body remembers. And as I told you, the heart is the first organ who is developed inside of us. And that's the feeling center. So the baby can feel. And I say this is the mother's no. If you are not wanted, maybe it's because, now is not the right time to get a baby, or something happened with the economy, you don't feel safe, you are in a not so good place, the mother, then the baby can feel it. The baby can feel the stress of the mother because of the mother is not in the present time. All the baby needs is to be wanted, to be to be loved, and to be protected. And when the baby inside is not feeling wanted, because the baby is so small, but it has its feelings and the psyche. And you have taken the test and you feel and you see, oh, it comes from this shock. This shock that you as a mother can affect the baby. If you're arguing with your partner, if you have many kids, a lot of things to work, hard work, this is what happened to the baby. It's affect the baby as well. And also this, as what we see here, this slide here, we can bring this today as a leader, who you are as a leader, how is your the way you lead, how you make decisions, how you handle stress. And a lot of you maybe can recognize that not presenting, not to be good enough, not to have the task finished, not to have the deadlines, not to following up every employers you have, then it's coming from this. A lot of persons or people that I work with are very into to feel good, to how do I say it? When they do the job, they do it so good. It's like everything has to be perfect. And if it's not perfect for them, they are being so stressed, then they are forgetting things, not feeling good enough because they are not finished the task. So it's a lot of things from this time, from the prenatal time, and and the young age, the adulthood. The children when you're growing up, everything affects you, but it's all starts from the prenatal time. And as I said, as I show you the structure, the psyche structure, the traumatized part and the survival part and the healthy part. If you're having a bad experience from the time in the womb, this part of you stays inside of you. It's even if it's 3 weeks old inside the womb, 3 months, this trauma feeling is still 3 months or 3 weeks in an adult body. So sometimes when we are at work, we can be triggered from that time. We don't know it, but we can feel it. And we can feel it in some way when you're meeting with new stuff or having a task that has to be done. You just feel the resistance. You feel anger or maybe frustrated, or some people you don't like or having not so good chemistry with. It's something inside of me that has to who's triggered inside of me. So then with this knowledge, I do have the opportunity to work this out, so that when I go to work, I have the best of me for my employers. But it's a little bit different to working with leaders instead of the pregnant women. But still, it's the same mechanism here. A rejected child with his or her original yes to life, because that was the first time, it's yes to life, forced to take on the mother's no in reference to her child. So if we are aware, a little bit aware of this, it can help us become better leaders, make better decisions, and to meet the employers where they are, so that we can lead them in a better way. And I will tell you, stress. When you are inside of the womb, you cannot run, you cannot fight, but you can freeze. And when you're freezing, you're splitting off some of your psyche. And then you started to use the brain. That's the only ability you have as a child. You can think, but the brain is not fully developed. It has to have an environment which is safe. Everyone can feel that if you are feeling safe, that I'm safe, that I can grow, even as a leader. If you have an employers in front of you who are very scared of doing a mistake, then it's important to create a good environment for this person, so he or she can grow. And as you see, women who were exposed to violence or sexual abuse as children have higher levels of stress hormones than those who have experienced war in adulthood. And women experience chronic stress, have an increased concentration of stress hormones in the amniotic fluid. That's the environment the baby is in. And I will share my story from being adopted. I am adopted from India and now live in Norway. As an adopted child, I'm also an abandoned child. Imagine being inside of a womb to a mother who knows she's going to give you away. And that's, in one hand, she cares for me, but in the other hand, she has to give her child or me away. And that's very confusing and very stressful and very unbearable. But it also, I can feel it inside of the womb, not wanted from the first slide. The mother's no, not wanted. and not loved. Because what happened when I split out, taking one of like being traumatized, I put in a survival part to survive this environment. And then I started to protect my heart from being abandoned again, from receiving love. But to have this knowledge, to work this through my trauma biography, is helping me becoming a leader. To know this theory, trauma theory, but also to have my midwifery competence and combine them in meeting my employers. Makes me a better leader, because it's the same mechanism from not wanted, from not being loved and not protected, that shows up in these employers as well. Then I can navigate, because one person has to meet in this way, not too direct, but straight. And when I asked, when the pregnant women came to me, I asked them, what's important for you to feel safe for this upcoming birth? And they said, to be heard, to be seen. And that comes from the mother's no. And I asked, when I started this department, I asked all my employers, what's a good leader for you? And everyone said, the one that listened to me and see me. That's the same thing as from the mother's no. The same thing the pregnant women want, and is important. Because when I can meet them, they're feeling safe. They feel seen and heard. I have also, from being an adopted, and as I said, protecting myself from love, from trusting people. And that's a thing that I have to work with, because I'm not alone in this world. And I do have very good people to trust, to trust and to cooperate with. But before I could really open up for that, I had to heal my traumas from the prenatal time. So this is how I can use this experience, knowledge, and competence in leadership. And I cannot change those I lead. I cannot do that. But I can change the way I look at them, finding their strength, building them up, create a good environment, a learning environment, a safe place to come. Because when you feel safe, you grow. But when you are in touch with your trauma feelings, that's the unconscious thing in you. It's in your body, but you don't know it, but you can feel it. If you're working with that and creating feeling safe, then you can go from fear to love. Because all a baby needs is to feel loved from unconditional love. But that also I bring with me as a leader when I'm having conversation with my employers, when I'm having meeting, when I new things to implement, new system. It's so crucial to make them feel safe. Give them information, be in the present time. Know when to back out, know to be there, but to be there as their leader. So I've been from fear, from being adopted, abandoned, to be more leading with my heart, from love and not from fear. Yeah, that's. And the last slide here is a quote from Maya Angelou. I have learned that people will forget what you said, forget what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Thank you for my presentation.
Thank you, my Sunita ji, for your excellent connection between the parental good or maternal good experiences with leadership development. And there are a couple of questions from the audience. One of the question is, what led you to connect? I think she answered that. What led you to connect prenatal experiences with leadership development? She already said in the presentation, I guess. Yeah. But this was a question from Javier Fernando. Please answer the question.
I didn't quite hear you. Could you repeat the question?
Yes. Sunitaji, what led you to connect prenatal experiences with leadership development?
Yeah. It happened to me when what actually led me. Yeah. When I was working as a midwife, just a regular midwife, a lot of pregnant women came and they had a lot of fear. They were afraid for the birth. They was afraid for a lot of things. And it felt that I couldn't meet them. I couldn't be the midwife that they wanted, they needed, because I couldn't grasp what's from the prenatal time. Now I know it, but I couldn't because it's unsaid, it's unconscious. But I saw, and then this IOPT education, this trauma education came. And then when I started that, then I realized what's I've been missing, the missing link, the prenatal time, and how that crucial that is for leadership.
Okay, got it. So it's all about your midwifery experiences.
Yes, and also from being adopted as well, because I went to this education with for being a better midwife,
Yeah.
but it happened also to explore my own identity. Who am I?
Yeah.
Where I am from?
Yeah.
Why am I acting the way I do? So yes,
So all these consequences of adoption and then your
yes.
midwifery. It's very thoughtful and very useful concept, Sunita ji. We can share her email ID with QR code if possible to all the others in the audience. You might connect it with her if you have any issues in this leadership with prenatal expressions or any emotions you have felt with trauma related issue. She's always available in LinkedIn, and she's also, as I said, she has her own IOPT this thing concept, and you can always share the concept. Or if you have any questions, she's always available. We will send you her QR code and her details to all the attendees. Please do connect with her. And thank you so much, Sunita ji, for being with us. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you so much.